Hi everybody, welcome back after a little short intermission. Let me just make sure that I am where I think I am, and I want to pick up with the sampler, and it looks like I'm where I think I am. Okay, so earlier today I had you pull out the pieces that we were going to need for the sampler. So we pulled out, I need to shine the camera down. Oops, dadgummit, I want this, and then that. Okay, so we pulled out this card, the I Believe in Santa. We pulled out a 3x4 to Santa postcard looking stamp. Now, card, let's see what so the other side of the I Believe in Santa is the red with the polka dots. And then the Santa postcard has the holly on the other side. Then we needed one of these with the postcards or the mail, and then the reindeer circle on the back. And then we needed two of the trees, okay, and they have everything, Happy Everything Merry Always on the back. And then on the large cards, we need one of the candy cane stripes that says ho 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 on the other side. And we need two 'Tis the Seasons. And they have Santa Claus on the other side. Okay. Then from the 6x6 designer series paper, we need two pieces of paper. And we need this one that has the lights and the Christmas trees. And the other side of it is crushed curry with stars. And then we need a piece of the Night of Navy with the ornaments, hanging ornaments, and it has this crumb cake and vanilla pattern on the other side. Then you need a piece of red cardstock that is 11 1/4 by 11 1/4, and then your white piece is 12 by 12. I put these in a shadow box frame that I get from Michael's. I usually get them in a pack of 3 at a time when they go on sale. Now, in your pack of paper, you'll have this piece of sparkle. You have 3 pieces of sparkle paper. You have a doily. And then in the pack with your ribbons, you have a piece of ribbon for this. You have a bow. You have 3 jingle bells. And then you have quite a bit of linen thread. You have embellishments. You have some metallic pearls, which are used here. And then you have the holiday rhinestone basic jewels. You have a half a pack of them as well. So what do you do to prep for this? So clearly, well, not clearly. So the Santa postcard, we're going to use it just the way it is. So there's no prep for that. This one here, there is no prep for it. We're going to use it exactly as it is. Then one of the 'Tis for Seasons, we're going to cut to put right here. That's the only thing we're going to use from this card. Let me set that there. From the other one, we're going to fussy cut out Santa. So he's right here. We're going to fussy cut him out from this. The striped card is what's right here. We don't need to do anything with it. So we're going to set it up there. We Believe in Santa. We're going to cut this, and we'll put the We Believe in Santa right here. Excuse me. And we're going to put fussy cut out the Santa hat and put it over here. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. Okay. One of the trees, we're going to fussy cut it out roughly. It's going to go right here. The other one is for this side, and we're going to cut happy, everything, merry, always, and then we'll fussy cut the present, and it will go over here. And then these two pieces of paper, let's see what the dimensions are on them. And I'll write them down. So the ornament DSP is going to be 6 inches across, and it will be a little hard to figure out. It's been hard to get my head out. 2 7/8 down. Okay, that's the ornament piece. The starry sky. Well, the starry sky. We'll call it the Christmas trees. I don't know why I'm calling it a starry sky. It is going to be 3 inches across, and then now that's kind of interesting because it's only 6 inches tall. I think I just need to move that up a bit, and it'll be 6 inches tall. So I can see on mine that to line it up with the sparkle, I ended up adding a tiny piece of Night of Navy. You can kind of see that. So we'll just need to be careful as we're lining it up because we're only going to go up to that 6-inch mark. So what shall we do first? Let's cut this designer series paper. So this first piece needs to be 3 inches. Okay. So that leaves you enough to make a second piece. So we'll put that there now. And then this piece, we need it to be 6 across and 2 7/8 this way. So I think I'll actually do it. It doesn't really matter. So that is 2 7/8. Then the happy everything, merry always. So I'm going to cut these apart. Okay, so there's happy. And I'll need to trim that down a bit. Okay, once I get it cut apart like this. So I'm going to slide this right here. And my husband just messaged me. Okay, so here's the everything. So it's cut apart. Now I need to get between the merry and the always, and that's a tight fit. And I didn't do it very well on my first one. Did pretty well with this one. I'm happy. And then the always and the present. So I want to slide in under the Y, yeah, I ended up taking out a little bit of the bow, but that's okay. It's off the edge, not really going to show. All right, so that's that one. And then this guy, we're going to take out the "We Believe." Cut that pretty close. Okay. And then I need to come just under. Boy, that's tight. And there's that. And then I'll fussy cut out the hat. Then the only other thing I need my trimmer for is to get the "'Tis the Season." And there's "'Tis the Season." Now, okay, so that's the trimmer. And then there's a little fussy cutting to be done. So let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to start with this Christmas tree. And I am not going to attempt to go in and get those little branches. I just want the general shape. Sometimes it's easier for me to cut off the excess. So I'm not entirely sure who designed this sampler. I believe that I believe it's Patty Bennett's version. I have been a Patty Bennett fan since way back when Stampin' Up! Had digital scrapbooking software. I started following Patty way back then, and that's how I actually became interested in Stampin' Up! I had made cards with my friend Carrie when we lived in Michigan, but I didn't really own any product. I just went to make cards and socialize. That was my social event. That was my social life back then. We had moved to Michigan and I wasn't working, and then I got pregnant and miscarried, and then broke 3 ribs and lost the whole summer to healing my ribs. And then I got pregnant with Hardin the next spring, and he was born in Michigan. He was 17 months old when we moved. No, is that right? No, it's not right. He was not quite 17. He must have been 15 months when we moved back to Tennessee. So anyway, I had transitioned to scrapbooking using the Creative Memories software digitally on my iPad, not my iPad, my Mac laptop. And then Creative Memories got out of the Mac software, and Carrie told me about the Stampin' Up! Version. So I actually ordered a starter kit way back then and got all digital products. And that's when I discovered Patty Bennett. She was a demonstrator that did quite a bit with the digital software as well. So there's the tree, fussy cut. So I'll throw away those pieces. Have a little drink of wine. After we wrapped up that last Zoom call, I went out and got in the pop-up pool for a little while, and with Hardin, And we had so much fun. He's just the coolest little kid. He got a little sunburned. I think I was out late enough that I'm fine. I can't. Okay, hopefully I'm still back. I still don't have the settings right on my phone if calls are breaking through. So I need to do some more research on that. Okay. So Fussy cutting this little Santa out. And then we'll work on trimming up those other pieces. So I love this Memories and More card kit because you have 6 of each design, which means you can do so much, like so many cards. But I do think that I miscounted and I used too many trees. I forgot that this Happy, Merry, Always was actually, I needed to count it as a tree. So we did change up one of the cards this morning when we realized that we were shy. So what we did to start with is we pulled apart our Designer Series paper and the Memory and More cards to set aside what we needed for each card. And the first thing that we did was the sampler, because the cards could be modified easily and were. The sampler would be a little more challenging for me to modify. So that is why we did that. So if the photos look a little different, that's why. Much of what posted in this group today, I actually scheduled to post last night. So when I went to bed, I had 10 cards lined up to post starting at 10 o'clock this morning, Central Time. And then when I got up this morning, I got the other 10 scheduled to post. But they didn't all post, or I don't think they've all posted. Now, a couple of them seem to be confused with AM and PM, and I tried to be very careful with that when I was scheduling them, but you may see a few photos that pop up after I've gone to bed tonight. And then others I'll try and I posted some photos of the cards after we finished them today. So if you didn't make your cards this morning with us, we missed you. And if you go back and you look at either the photos or this video or the Zoom, then what I would say is go ahead and pull apart your materials and lay out what you're going to need for each one. And you can do that with your ribbon and your card pieces as well. That might make it easier when you are ready to put them together. And then you're going to have so much material left over. Kirby and Yvonne had so much fun that they decided they each needed another kit just like this one. And luckily, I had a couple extra. So I adore this suite of product. I was so excited when it hit the clearance rack and I was able to put this class together. I have looked so forward to it. All right, so there's the Santa Fussy Cut. So that was easy enough, and I'm leaving that little blue piece there in case we need it in case we decide we need it over here to do something like I did on the last one. Okay, we still need to fussy cut this present, and he's missing a little bit of his bow over here. That's okay. For one thing, it's way over on the left, and your frame may actually hide the fact that it's missing. We used Wink of Stella on a lot of cards this morning. Well, and this afternoon. I talk like but yeah, we did a second session after lunch. And Wink of Stella looks like this. It's $8. I will try and find a link to post because it added just the perfect amount of shimmer to our projects. We did it on some of the bows. We did it on Santa's fur. And it's just the perfect little addition. I love Stella. We used dimensionals on cards that I didn't use dimensionals on the first time around. Added so much. And I mean, I've always said that Stella, when in doubt, yes to Stella, yes to dimensionals. And this class definitely held up to that. That was very much the truth. Nowhere did we use dimensionals and then say, oh, darn, wish I hadn't done that. And the same with the Stella. Okay. Then we also need to cut out our this Santa hat. If you dress up your envelopes, be sure and tell us. I did not share yet how to do that, so I will try to add some photos on or a short video on how to dress up your envelope. So that's a nice little touch with Designer Series paper. This was a suite of products available in last year's holiday mini catalog that retired. It was called The Night Before Christmas. And I, silly enough, did not play with it until it was nearly the end of the selling season. Okay, so these are the pieces that we need to trim down. Okay, so we want a similar border, top to bottom here, and so I'm going to get out my little trimmer. This little trimmer was a joining bonus during SaleABration. If you joined Stampin' Up! At that point, ordered a starter kit, then you got this little trimmer. And there's also a joining bonus right now, so that if you join during the month of June, you can select any bundle. So that's a stamp set and a set of dies, or a stamp set and a punch. But you can add that to your kit. So you're going to pay $99 plus tax, no shipping. That alone saves you $10 on 100. Okay, still going. That was kind of weird. And then some of those bundles are $60 or so. That's a huge savings to get that for free. Your kit will include a paper pumpkin. That's $20, $22. So it's a tremendous value. Okay, so there's, okay, still need to do happy. So if your wish list hits $100, then I would suggest that you consider ordering a starter kit. I'd love to have you as part of my team, whether you are here for a long time and take advantage of your discount and even more. But if you don't, then that's totally your decision as well. We're just always happy to welcome new friends. What's that? What's that Burl Ives song? Keep the whatever it is. New friends and old. I can't. Yeah, I'm brain dead. But okay. Actually, they left this one. Did not trim it down, so I'm glad I caught that. So, if you would like more information, let me know. I'll be glad to help you with that. If you don't have a catalog, I would sure like to try and get you one. I wanted to get one in the mail to Yvonne this time, but that envelope was so full, there wasn't anything else going to go in it. My real shipping envelopes did arrive yesterday, so maybe when I send you your second kit, I can manage to get a catalog in there. Okay, so I think that is everything that we need to do to prep. And after that, it's a matter of just laying everything down. So when you have your, I guess just measure out how everything is gonna be. So, and the tricky part is that on this side, we don't have as much as we do over here. Well, I'm not saying that right. I had to add this 1/8 of an inch or so here in order to get it to line up this way. So as you're putting your pieces down, you may need to come, let's see, a little tighter. So this may need to be here. Oh, and I don't have any sparkle. Then your sparkle to come down a little bit, and then this to maybe come to here. And then this piece would still be here. And this piece would still be here. But then maybe your sparkle would come down even with this piece. And then that would line up. So it's really over on this side that we need to bring this just down. If it came down a 1/16 of an inch, no, I guess it needs to come down a full 1/8 of an inch. So it's always going to be a little tricky. The other thing that you could do is actually not come as far down here on this piece, and let the present and Santa's feet fill that space. So it's really up to you how you want to work it out. But this is what it looks like when it's all finished. And I hope that you thoroughly enjoy making it. Please let me know if you have any questions. Tomorrow I probably won't be back on to check until I get to the cottage and get settled. So that may be later in the afternoon. Or I'll check comments in the morning. But, and then, yeah, add some Stella along to his fur. It just paints on like this. And I think Kirby might have done his beard as well. And that would be fine. I mean, heck, you could do the whole Could really do the whole thing. On one of the Santa cards that we used where we cut out Santa, we put a little piece of linen thread over on his sack. That was cute. So that would be cute on this as well. But there you go. So I am going to hang up and start packing for my trip. I'm just a little excited, if you couldn't tell. And I might have black marks under my eyes from my swimming expedition. It sure felt nice. It's a beautiful day out. So I hope you have a chance to get out and enjoy this low humidity while it lasts, because it won't last long, we know that. You could even add some jewels to the tree. And you could add another sticker here to the Santa. So much that you could continue to do. And you could, of course, you could do an entirely different sampler. This is just the one that I fell in love with, that I felt like we would make. So thank you all so much. I hope that you have a great weekend, and look for me. I'll have more time next week to be online more, so I'm hoping to do some more live videos from the cottage and share with you some of the products that I'm making using the new products, and just having a great time. I hope that you have a very blessed week, and I will check in with you tomorrow. Leave me questions, post your cards, share photos, encourage each other. Thank you all so much. God bless.